So Moise, can you hear me? Okay, so in this case, I will try to see if print account in student. Actually, what I tried to do here is that I tried to get the print ID. So I would like to use here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try to get the print ID from the account. So I created a method get print ID, and I use it to compare that to the print ID that we created, and then I would like to call that here create ID. Let me see first search if we already call it somehow. Yeah. Okay. So we call that print p1.create ID. Let me see here.
So I'm just curious, what is the next step that we have to do?
So the next step is that we first we have to test that what we created in the class is working.
Okay.
But after that we need to so when you create a for loop and then you put a flag like that and then you
Yes.
put an if condition.
Yes.
If you I mean you already here, if you found that this is true, this means that you created a new print ID and you need to search again in the for loop, but there is no structure that allow you to do that. So we have to create a while loop.
Okay.
So we need to create a while loop so that if we found that the ID is repeated, it's not unique, so we need to come again and loop again through the array with the new printed ID that we created.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're trying to do. So
All right.
at the moment, so typically what I do is that in every code that you write, you need to do incremental steps until you are professional enough to write maybe 100 line of code and then you test once. But typically you should always test. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So just now I was checking that we was calling. We should not call that here like that. We should call create. Let us see if we run. Let's see what is the errors that we're going to get. So, okay, so it prints none. Actually, it doesn't find. It doesn't. There is nothing returned out of our function here. Let me see. So it means that we need to put some print statement to be able to so you see here it print a local ID. This is what was printed. So yes, it get the first 3 characters and everything is fine with the print ID here, but we didn't put any. So I wanted to say that
we have to test if this whole thing works right here.
Yes, so I would say the print ID is unique, just to check. And I would print here also is not unique because we already incremented, right? So but that's the trick here, that this is a flag, and this flag job actually should. So I would like to let me run first, and then I will explain to you what we need to write here. So we should actually write found equal false. I will explain why I am resetting the flag. Just let me try to run. So you see here is telling me that the print ID is unique. Okay. So why? Because I am passing. See inside. Let me see here. So inside the array, there is only 2 objects.
Correct.
Okay. And if you see the 2 objects, this is the first name, this is the last name. and I'm passing here just 11 as a print ID. But what if I put, I pass that, let me see here, if I pass that as a print ID, and let me check, no, sorry, let me check here. Let me check here first. The print ID is actually is a string, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you think if I put here? What if I put like that? What do you think could be the? So this P1 is an object of the print account.
Yes.
Okay. So I
Let's
wanted
see that
you
print
to see.
account. So
I wanted. I just wanted you to see something here that I wanted to create account that will start with 0, and then every time we loop through the array, I want
yes.
to count +1.
Okay.
So that, and I want, before I exit the class, I want to say print count.
Okay.
So do you know what I'm trying to do here? What I'm trying to know from the count?
Yes. So
Tell me.
you're trying to see if the, let me try to explain it in a way. I mean, if the account is in, you start at 0 because you have to set it to something. If it's 0, then it's going to increment by 1 if those two are the same.
No, wait. So this, we have two types of for loop. We have one, this for loop, it does not give me an index. So we have a kind of for loop for I in range of, for example, 100, right? So typically in this kind of for loop, it will give me I, will start from 0.
And then go to 99.
Exactly. But in this case, in this kind of for loop, when I use in an object like that, it will not give me. So a count here will be at the element inside the array, but it will not be a number. In this case, I here is only a number.
Yes.
But okay, so because I am not using in range, I'm just using the object directly, which is the array directly, which is a student account. So every time a loop account will be loaded, account is a variable. It will be the for loop will put for me inside account a new object from that is inside the student account. I started here, if you can remember, I put inside the array P1 and P2. So at the moment when I loop here, okay, inside the for loop, account, the first time it run, it will have P1. So here, this is our student account. This is our student account array. At the moment, yes, it have from 0 to 99 places. Okay, but at the moment I only use 2 places. One for P1, here P1, like that, and one for P2, right? And then after this, there is nothing else that can run because I only inserted 2 objects. So the first time it will run, it will take P1 and put it inside account.
Okay.
So now account become a variable of type object, and it is become whatever in P1, it will be inside account. Okay. And the second time it run, it will take P2, put it inside account.
Yes.
So when I put a counter like that, I wanted to know that is it really, it will loop 99 times or only 2 times, because I only have 2 objects. Logically, it's supposed to loop 2 times, and this confirmed my understanding that I only have 2 objects inserted inside the student account, so it should loop only 2 times. So if account become equal to after we finish the array, then okay, my understanding is my logic for the solution is working perfectly. So that's what that's why I put count equals 0 here. I wanted to start from 0 because typically when we loop here, we start always from 0. Okay. And here I don't have a number that is used for looping. I use this method. So let us. Okay, I want you to see. So you see here my account is what? My account is 3. Okay, and because it reached 3, it doesn't loop, it doesn't run or loop anymore because it cannot find anything here. Okay, so
we only have 2 things to find. Yeah.
yes. Okay, and I would like to also tell you that the print ID is not unique.
Okay.
Okay, because why? Because when I created P1, I created it with a print ID similar to the one that we already created. I intended to do that. So see here, I call that function with what? Create ID with this first name and second name similar to that was used here.
Yes.
So I do that by intention because I wanted to confirm that the logic that is going through my code is correct. So there is certain logics that will execute when there is a unique ID, and there is certain logics that will execute when you don't have a unique ID. So again, when you have a unique ID, you need to increment by 1. And then also, I would add here, I want to see that the new ID that I already created, print. Yeah. So let me see why he doesn't accept it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to put here a condition. So just notice here, I make the for loop. It loops through the whole array. And after it loops, it tests the if condition and exits the function. But that's not what we want. What we want is that we keep looping. So when we don't find a unique ID, we make a unique ID and then we test again. So we need a way for this code to run again.
So that's why you said we need the while loop, right?
Yes. So I need to put here a while loop. So while found equal what?
True.
Okay. So if it is true, I need to keep running.
Well, if it's false, then it's just gonna add it to the array, right?
If it is false, it will add it to array. If it is not found, it will add it to the array and it should exit.
Correct.
So now we should keep looping when it is found or it's not found.
We want it to do it when they're equal to each other, then no. So when it's not found, we want it to add on to the array.
Yes, we want it to add on. So yes, when it is not found, we want to add. But if it is found, then we need to keep looping.
Correct.
So okay. Let me see. If it's found equal true, we should keep looping, right? Yeah. Let's see. But it doesn't. It doesn't. Let me see. And also the count equals 0. Let me see why this happened. So while find is true. So tell me why it doesn't loop at all. So you started with found equal false,
Uh-huh.
and then you put the condition while found is
Oh,
true.
so it's not even gonna equal true if we already set it to
So
false.
yes, so we have to start with false,
Mm-hmm.
because we started here, we found is equal false, right? It's not found
Yeah.
yet, right?
No,
So let's try to run and see. I'm afraid that it will keep looping. So do you see what's happening?
I
It's not
do. Yeah.
stopping at all, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it means that we need to think again. Yes, we are doing something, uh, approaching the solution, but we didn't find it yet. For some
Uh-huh.
reason, he keep incrementing count. So when you see that number, actually you are adding count by one. You keep adding by one, adding by one. Sorry, here.
Uh-huh.
You keep adding by one and adding to the print ID. Okay.
Yeah.
But what we
So,
should find a way to stop, actually. We should find a way to stop the code.
so what we need to do is if we add 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 on to it, and if it's not something like that in the array, then just add it into the array, right? Like if it's unique, then we can just stop. We don't have to keep adding, correct?
Yes, exactly. We just when it is unique, we just add to the we just create a new object, like
And
we
then
are.
add it. So that's
Yeah,
the
yes,
next step, right?
yes, exactly.
Okay.
So but again here, so actually, so see here, the trick here that let me think with you. So again, we should loop when found equal false.
Uh-huh.
And when we increment it here, we we reset found to be false, so that the while loop runs again. Because after we increment the while loop, we will go again to the while loop to check.
Uh-huh.
If found is not equal false, it will not run again. But we wanted, in this case, when we created a new print ID, we wanted to test again and check, right?
Uh-huh.
So as you see here, is unique, is not unique. Let me see. So this is actually correct, but uh, except that when we append, so here how we want this code to make an exit. So you, okay, again, how you want to exit the while loop?
You have to
We,
add a
we
break.
no, we want to make this condition not satisfied. So
Not satisfied?
not satisfied.
Okay.
So if it is equal false, if found
Uh-huh.
equal false, this will keep the while loop looping forever like that.
Correct.
If we make it found equal true, it will exit the for loop. It will exit the while loop. So it means that if we find that we already inserted a new unique ID,
Then we need to stop it.
we need to stop it. So we can maybe use a break, but I would prefer to put found equal true like that.
Yeah, that
So
would break. That would stop it too.
that will stop it, right? So let
Correct.
us run and see. So now, again, so he kept incrementing this
Uh-huh.
unique ID until he
So we
reached
found, yeah.
one that is not unique, and
Uh-huh.
then he inserted it, um, and then he inserted it and he exits, right? He doesn't loop anymore.
Uh-huh.
So it does. This seems to be working. You think it's working, right?
Well, based off of this, yes.
But let me see. First he said it's not unique, and then he said it is unique, and then I would like to see
Yeah, let's
add print statement to understand more. um, uh, Print ID, I would say, and also I would like to know the count of the array. So because I added to the array, and let me see, am I able to print let me see, student array count. So I would say student array count here. So how should I know the length of the array?
Well, based off how many of the print ID, right? The length, I mean, is
And no, I mean I wanted to know how many objects inside. Can I do like that?
yes.
Let me see. Let me see if it, yeah. Let me see if it works like that. So when I do this, I wanted to um,
These three objects, yeah.
3 objects, 2 before we insert, and then
Uh-huh.
we inserted a new one here, so
Uh-huh.
it becomes 3, right? And then it is true that I ended up adding and having, but the strange thing that actually, you know what, there is also a certain bug in our code. It is somehow working, yes, but there
We
is a
should
bug.
have it should have gone to 4, right?
We first, we shouldn't go to 3. We should, because we know there is there is unique, there is a print ID that is like with 1,
Uh-huh.
but when we incremented it to 2, it should be accepted. It should actually exit here.
Yes.
This needs some more print statement. We need to understand why this behavior is happening. Yes, it's working, but it should not run um, more. I mean, we should never run like that. So I would say, I will add here. If I find true, then I would like to know more about this. So I would say print. Let me see here. Um, Account name. I would like to know the account name here. So let me see if we get name. I want to check if get name is working. Yes, I'm able to read the name of the person here. And I also want to get print ID. I want to check print ID is really getting what it should. Yeah, it's getting the print ID correctly. Yes. And so if it is true, I would like also to read ID here and print ID. So let us try to run and see.
Okay. Oh,
Bound method print accounts. Tell me why we are seeing like that. This is something quite strange.
yeah, it's because we didn't print the STR, isn't it?
Is it? Oh, sorry. This print ID is get, and then it should be account dot get print ID. And wait, yeah, let me see. I didn't add the proper get method. So again, okay, and we're having. Let me try to remove that. It's quite disturbing.
Or it's supposed to be capital P?
Let me see here. He's telling 51 is having a problem. Get name, yep. Get name. We should. This is a method, so we should run. We should make it behave like a method. Um, Object has no attribute. Get print ID. Let me see.
Yeah,
Get.
it should be capital P, correct?
Yep. Yep. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. So where should I put that? Yes, here.
Let's see now.
Okay. Now. Okay. So it works, and so okay. It only found.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I
And
see what the issue is now.
tell me now what is the issue? Can
Because
you detect where is the issue now?
yeah,
Like,
because it's still stuck at the second instance. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like it's still stuck at the second part of the array. It should have gone to the next one by now.
so tell me now what should we do?
Is
Wait,
it
wait, 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 wait. Sorry, I created a bug without me feeling it. So, sorry, and this is a mistake. Do you know what is a bug before I touch it? I redefined the count 2 times.
Oh, I
So
see.
this count, it should be only ID count.
You don't even. Okay.
Okay, so actually, yeah, that's kind of silly thing. This is a kind of bug that you can end with if you created the
And
same.
honestly, this is like one of the errors that is such a small and one you have to like really pay attention. So I'm glad we saw this.
Yes, yes. So of course, the more you practice, yeah, typically you find. But again, this is an error that if you look at there is no error here.
It's
This is
running
the error in the
perfectly,
code. Yes, yes,
but it's still not what we want.
yes. So okay, okay. It's
Oh,
yeah.
now
There's
it's perfect.
something. Okay, something is not perfect again here. Let me think. Then ID account I added here. It's correct.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to make sure that when in this here, okay, ID count. So I change it, make sure that is whatever is reflected in the print ID is okay. So now
Okay.
again, when I find this MOE MER one
Uh-huh.
in the array, I only need to increment one more.
Mm-hmm.
Last time this was 3, so it doesn't
Yes,
make sense to me because I know already there is only 2 objects and only one of them have the same ID like mine.
correct.
Okay, so and again, if I add that here
Uh-huh.
exactly the same,
Let's see.
so tell me, this will, if I have 2 objects
Uh-huh.
and and I created something like that, so it means that this print ID will be checked in my code and this will not be accepted anymore. So if I want to
Oh,
say,
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I would like here to loop. First, I would like to make a print here, and I would say like that, 10. I would say uh, create ID. Let me try to run. No, it shouldn't be like that. It should just be one line like that, so it's more clear.
Okay.
So here I would like to add one more. So I I added here a loop through the array.
Mhm.
It means that uh, I make a create ID and I already inserted a new print ID and I created a new object inside here, right?
Uh-huh.
Inside the array. But
Yes.
after I go out, I exit the function. I
Uh-huh.
wanted to know how many objects is still inside the student account.
Yes.
So that's why I run.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Gotcha.
Okay. So
Uh-huh.
you see here, I have 3 unique print IDs. 2
Yes.
I created here, and the third one I added inside create ID.
Mm-hmm.
So if I create a new object, this is a kind of testing that you do to your code to know if your code is really working as it should be. So if
Yes.
I create like that, I should have uh, some kind of you. I mean, maybe something is wrong here.
Let me see. Um,
Why it doesn't print? Tell me.
so when it has one, it goes to two, two to three. But then when we do P3,
So let us stop again.
okay.